So we're back live with the afternoon session here, live in 11 Sports of the ATT Singapore National Table Tennis League 2018. And a chance to see one team we haven't seen so far on the TV table, and one we very much have. You're looking at Liu Qian of KTS on the far side in the light blue. He was involved in a rather one-sided affair ultimately against Ying Jingyuan of Sun Sports Elite in the deciding rubber in our first match of the day. He went down in straight games, 1-12 and 7. He'll be looking to get back onto the winning trail against the youngster he faces here from the Sun Sports Juniors 2 team. And he's up against just trying to get confirmation of who's up against, actually. Bear with me while I find that out for you. Yes, apologies. Shi Qijun he's up against here. From the Sun Sports Juniors, of course, the Sun Sports Elite team already with points in the bag and favourites to retain the crown they won 12 months ago in this incredible tournament here. 34 tables in action simultaneously, 92 teams, 1,000 participants, with about 1,000 more watching from the stands here at our Tampines Sub-Community Auditorium, Level 3. If you have got a chance to get down here either this afternoon or tomorrow, some great local table tennis action coming your way live on 11 Sports. So, a close encounter in this first game between KTS and the Sun Sports Junior 2 side. Advantage Li Qian now as he takes 2 points consecutively to build up a 6-4 lead in this first game. We'll update you with their standings as they come into us. Obviously, all the teams now have played 2 matches apiece. Just waiting for the updated tables to come in. Flurry of activity, our Tampines Sub throughout the morning, and it will be so into the afternoon. We've still got one more game to bring you after this as well. You're watching KTS against the Sunsport Junior 2 team. After this, scheduled for a 4 o'clock start time, give or take. It'll be a chance to see the New Century Table Tennis Club, who we just saw defeated in 5 matches by Safra's A team. They'll be taking on the defending champions and favourites to win again, Sun Sport Elite. Back to 6 each. Shi Qijun on serve. So Li Qian, who, speaking to Bernard Tan about it earlier, I'm sure by his own measures of expectation underperformed in his earlier rubber, and he's in danger with that wayward backhand of going a game down in this opening rubber in the latest match for KTS. Nip and tuck though, big point that for Liu Qian to get back to within 1. Still trails though with one more serve in this rotation to come. Oh, it went for an easy forehand there, but he just reached for it a bit. And it went long from Shi Qijun, and that's given Liu Qian a chance to get all square at 8 apiece. This time it's the turn of Liu Qian to go long. I get the feeling we might be on the brink of a juice game here. The way the pattern of this game has gone so far. Concentration etched on both players is indicative of what we've seen on all the tables so far. A great atmosphere here, young and old, men and women, able and disabled, all enjoying this festival of table tennis here at our Tampines hub. Massive credit to the Singapore table tennis players for getting this superb tournament together. Our thanks, of course, to our presenting sponsor, ATT Systems. Chuchos and Copytron and Anson, our platinum, gold and silver sponsors respectively. Delighted to be bringing you this on 11 Sports this weekend. We'll be back on air tomorrow again nice and early at 9:30 for the concluding stages. Oh, lovely shot on the forehand, but incredibly the defence of Shi Qishun does force the juice we thought might be the case 5 minutes ago. Nothing much between these two players at all. Remember, in their match we have 5 different ties, if you like. We go singles, doubles, singles, doubles, singles. And on both the games this morning, we went to the full 5 ties required to separate the sides as we get a second game point up for grabs for Liu Tian to try and close out the first. Yes, lots of conjecture and debate about sport in Singapore, but certainly in what we've seen on 11 in recent weeks, the hockey, the floorball, and now the table tennis and the badminton and even the squash, let's not forget that they're all sports in rude health as Liu Tian does close out the first game by 12 points to 10. So we get ready for the second game. It's Liu Tian, a game up, nearest to us in the light blue. Far side, Shi Qishun for the Sun Sports Junior 2 team. And he gets off to an impressive start with a well-won point against serve in this second game. The doubles that follows, incidentally, representing KHS in the doubles next, will be Yang Hai Tian and Shen Yu Tai. And for the juniors, it will be Keith Teo and Ri Jisong. But which of those two teams will be going into that rubber, knowing their club has already got one rubber in the bag? Very strong start to this second game by Shi Qishun. Service error from Liu Tian. He won't like that. Waste of a point. Trails 4-2 in this second game, having taken the first 12-10. Oh, that's a wayward forehand up in the air from Shi Qishun. Oh, lovely forehand, and you can see what that meant to Liu Tian. It levels it up at 4 each. Placed that perfectly. The power wasn't needed because the placement was so good. He trailed 3-0 early on in this game. He's still behind. Now just by 5-4 though. And with the younger players, of course, come the friends and family who tend to follow the younger age groups. And Shi Qishun has certainly got some supporters here in the auditorium. The experience of Liu Tian at the moment just holding sway here. And of course, KTS want these points as well. Shi Qishun on serve. Goes long, it's levelled up at 6 apiece. Just got to be careful this second game, doesn't get away from him. He starts trailing by 2. He's going to find it very, very tough indeed. We've got those latest batch of scores in. I can tell you that KTS won their second matchup. So KTS on a winning groove now. They managed to get the better of Sun Sports Leisure 3-2. So they've got 2 points on the board. In terms of how the Junior 2 side have come into this, well, they've lost their first 2 games both by a scoreline of 5-0 against their compadres Sun Sports Elite and Sun Sports Leisure. Of course, if there are multiple teams from one club, they all play their games first to get any possible suggestion of collusion out of the way. Not that we'd have that, of course. But they're belying the fact they've lost their first 2 games 5-0, these juniors, by putting up a very good display in this first rubber against Liu Tian, the experienced man from KTS. Oh, lovely shot from Liu Tian. Shi Qishun made a great effort, but it's level at 8 apiece, so we're heading for another juice game. Really concentrated Shi Qishun. Edges ahead at 9-8. One more serve from Liu Tian to come on this rotation. And he's managed to win both the points on Liu Tian's serve to bring up 2 game points to level it up here. Going to be fascinating to see how these youngsters get on. It's their first match of this 2018 Singapore National Table Tennis League against opponents from outside their club, so it'll be new experience for many of them, and it's one that Shi Qishun has relished there because he's taken the second game 11-8, and we're tied at 1 each. So we're back then with the third game, and it's Shi Qishun to serve. Strong start in this third from Yu Chan. It's a 3-point start for the man in light blue on the far side representing KTS. Lovely deception on the serve, lovely serve from Shi Qishun. So a 3-point start for Li Jian has been responded to by a 2-point run. One on his opponent's serve, one on his own. Make that 2 on his own and we're level at 3 apiece. He's shown glimpses here, Liu Chan, of his class and quality, but very much like his opening match in the final rubber against Sun Sports Elites. He started incredibly slowly and was 11-1, blown away in the first game. Not consistent enough at the moment. And certainly he's not put this youngster away yet. Shi Qishun is certainly in with a chance here. And he certainly will be if they come up with many more service mistakes like that from Liu Chan. That was much more like it from Liu Chan. Lovely forehand across the table to level it up at 4 apiece. Net cord there. Goes long, Li Jian, another mistake, and now for the first time in this game, Shi Qishun edges ahead. Looking forward to seeing Tang Hua. He comes up in the second singles that takes place after the next doubles. He's against Daniel Ng. Tang Hua was arguably the performance of the TV table today so far when he came out on top of Zhang Dingji. 11-6, 4-11, 11-5, 11-8. Showed real glimpses of his class and quality. And this is some showing now. Shi Qishun is edging away in this third game. All 3 games so far have been relatively tight affairs, but Liu Chan needs to find something here in the third. Stop his young opponent coming away with it. It's just not happening for Liu Chan now. A good start in this game. He raced into a 3-love lead, but since then he trails 8-1. Just 3 points from a 2-game to 1 lead for Shi Qishun. Went for it there though, and it hits the net. Clench of the fist from Liu Chan. He's still got plenty of work to do though to force himself back into this one. Otherwise he could be going into the 4th game, needing to win both the 4th and the 5th to stay in this. And again, great disguise from Shi Qishun in his approach. Takes him to within 2 points of the game. Over by the net cord, and another point. It's 5-game point. It's looking like Liu Chan is going to trail 2-1 here. And he gets it done at the first attempt. Shi Qishun could be on the verge of a big win in his young table tennis career here. He takes the third, 11-5, and is 1 game away from a rubber point to his team, the Sun Sport Junior 2s. Well, understandably, it's Shiku Shun that wants to get underway with things quickest. Watch Liu Qian got left in the locker to respond to this. Remember, it's a grueling schedule these paddlers are playing here. They've already played 2 games this morning, most of them. Of course, there is a squad system, but by and large, you see the same names on the team sheets, showing it over 2 days in many cases, with games to come tomorrow. There's 7 games in total in this Division 1 for each team. Some will play 4 today, 3 tomorrow, and vice versa. But Shiku Shun has really got the bit between his teeth. He couldn't quite get that one up back from Liu Qian. And his young teammates sending him off first might be a flash of inspiration from team manager Liu Chi-hoi, because they'll be looking at this and thinking, if he can do it, so can we. And that's a delightful drop. The hand goes up. I wonder if there was a let cord there. There must have been. Oh, lovely spin on the serve, but it goes to let. Great disguising of his shots, Shiku Shun. Into the net that time. Still leads in this 4th though. Just needing one of the 2 remaining games to take the rubber for the Sun Sports Junior 2. And that's long from Liu Qian. Reminder, doubles up next. It's Yang Hai Chang and Shen Yu Tai against Keith Teo and Regis Ong. They could well be coming to the table, Keith Teo and Regis Ong, with their team a rubber in front here. Liu Qian still talking to himself. He wins the point, but he's not especially happy. Tied at 4 each now. Liu Qian finally finding his stride, but can he go through with it? He's shown glimpses of the player that he can clearly be, just not consistent enough, and he's gone long again there. He just can't get his nose in front in this 4th game. And now, of course, the attention turns to whether Shiku Shun can hold his nerve. Lots on the line here. And again, Liu Qian is just not being accurate enough. Picks up a point there off the error from Shiku Shun. But only gets him within 1. And now we're tied at 6 apiece. So the youngster's temperament, all of a sudden we can start questioning. He's shown a fine temperament to follow through in the 2nd and 3rd games, 11-8, 11-5. Particularly that 2nd game where it looked in the balance for quite some time, but now the victory line is in sight. Can he get over it? He's been pegged back to 6 each here. Oh, lovely shot from Shiku Shun. That's the shot of the game so far. Delightful forehand. And Liu Qian's reactions, as good as they are, only good enough to deflect that out off the arena floor. And still, Shiku Shun stays in front. Every point now priceless for Liu Qian. Second one on this service rotation has been deceived again by Shiku Shun. And this game is slowly ebbing away from Liu Qian. At the Singapore National Table Tennis League Championships of 2018. Are we about to see youth beating experience? It looks very much like we are. That's 3 points without reply in Shiku Shun's favour. Just 2 points away from victory. What would be a huge victory for the Sun Sports Junior 2 team. Again, wonderful spin on the serve, puts him in the advantage point on the rally and enables him to close out with a delightful forehand that Liu Qian can't control. And it's 4 match points, Shi Kushan. Well, that's one of them saved pretty convincingly. He went for the backhand there. It's the forehand that's been doing the damage for Shi Kushan. Li Qiang at times unable to live with it. Still 3 match points. Sun Sports Juniors 2. Great get from Shi Kushan. And he does the business. How impressive is that? Shi Kushan beats Li Qian 10-12, 11-8, 11-5, 11-7. And Sun Sports Juniors 2 will take a 1-rubber lead into the upcoming doubles that see Shanghai Chan and Sen Yu Tai of KTS take on Keith Dio and Regis Ong of SS Junior 2. Stay with us, that's up next.